Hello, my name is Jamal McCleary. I'm a four-year student at the University of Technology. I am currently completing my eDrive internship at Wigton Wind Farms. In my second week, we actually got really intensive doing hands-on stuff. Actually got to go into the hub of the turbines, actually the nose part. And basically, it's really just working at heights and in tight spaces. Really signed up for the eDrive internship as a means to get the experience and the exposure out in the field so I can have a better understanding of the working world. And it's been a really special experience for me as an intern because the thing is most interns here don't actually get to climb the turbine, so I guess I could call myself lucky. This turbine here, it's actually called a V27. It's a few decades old. It's actually one of the first turbines in Jamaica, and it was originally at the high school I went to in Monroe College. It was up there for a couple years, and they brought it here about 5 years ago. On my own, I've never seen myself working at a wind farm. And one big takeaway from this, although my tenure isn't complete, is that sometimes you should try to step out your comfort zone. Because on my first climb, it was really straining mentally and physically, but now it's almost like nothing.
I'm Darren McIntyre, Senior Wind Farm Engineer here at Wigton Wind Farm.
Yes, we are at Wigton today, and Wigton is one of our partners on the eDrive internship. What has that been like so far for you?
Overall, it's been a good experience with Jamal. Throughout our past, we've always been interested in giving young engineers the opportunity to come and experience some real life work and the opportunity just to exposure to the industry. And hopefully, we hope that they can take something away from that and it's beneficial to their career and their future.
Yes. So Jamal actually told us that he was exposed to some things that the interns aren't usually exposed to.
Yes.
What was that?
So I think Jamal was quite lucky with his timing of his arrival. We were in the middle of our safety recertification for work at heights. So Jamal was able to join that group, and he's now globally certified to work safely at heights in the wind industry.
My name is Zakiel Ellington, and I'm an eDrive intern placed at Evergo, which is at Jamaica's Energy Partners Group. I'd like to speak about a project that I have been doing, which is the installation of the EV fleet charger system. It's been a good experience here working at the Jamaica's Energy Partners Group. Being here for the past 4 weeks, it's definitely been a great experience here. I love the staff members, definitely the food as well, and many more. The persons here, they are very helpful. They're always willing to actually teach you necessary stuff that you may not know. Good environment, you can socialize anybody, them as a person of manners and things. So it's definitely a great environment. After being here for the internship for the past 4 weeks, it's definitely a place that I have in mind to work as well, because I really like the environment, as I said previously, and it's definitely a good experience being here. So, yeah.
And my name is Shamon Otten. I am a third-year electrical engineering student at Northern Caribbean University, participating in eDrive 2023 summer internship program at Evergo. During my internship, this has provided me with the opportunity to acquire practical skills as well as technical skills. This internship has provided me with the opportunity to configure EV chargers as well as troubleshooting and service the EV chargers. My experience at Evergo has been wonderful. I was able to cement knowledge that I have learned at school at Evergo, and I would most definitely recommend every engineering student to apply to eDrive internship, because you will have an opportunity to be in the field, to get a actual real life experience, because in school we were taught an ideal situation, but when you are in the field, you'll understand that some of those situations does not work here.
My name is Kalisha Booth. I am from the University of Technology Jamaica. I study electrical engineering. I'm an JPS eDrive intern. I was placed at Evergo. I found out about this internship via university WhatsApp group. The flyer was being sent around and I decided to apply, and I feel blessed and thankful that I was chosen out of the many persons to do this internship. And my experience here so far, it is good. I've learned a lot of things about the electric vehicles and the level 2 and level 3 chargers, the configuration for each. And if I would return to this company and work, yes, I would definitely do that.
The eDrive project has actually been on our radar for several months. We pride ourselves at Evergo to keep ourselves abreast of all the latest news in the electric mobility space in Jamaica. But I didn't actually know that eDrive has had internships available for different persons. So it was kind of interesting to see when we had 2 of those interns turning up to us and coming to work with us on various projects inside Evergo. It's been great working with both Zakeli and Shamon. I think they're doing very well, and they're working especially in their respective fields to put together procedures on behalf of Evergo, as well as to work with our chargers and get a hands-on experience of what it is to work with these chargers.
My name is Anthony Stevenson. I am a 4th-year student at the University of Technology studying electrical engineering. I am an eDrive intern. I was placed at Evergo, which is located at the Wikipedia power plant on Marcus Garvey Drive. I heard about this internship through some friends. I was a bit skeptical coming to this internship because I am not really an electric car fan. But since being placed at Evergo, I have gained a lot of knowledge. I have also learned that we have a policy that we're going to try to implement in 2030 and 2050, making Jamaica a greener environment, therefore reducing our carbon emissions and footprint. I knew about Evergo by my travels around the island. I've always seen the charging stations at gas stations, some restaurants and shopping villages, and I was always wondering, is this program actually going to take off in Jamaica as we're a developing country? But being here, I've learned that it has been around for at least 2 years, and over the years it has been constantly growing, and more people importing electric vehicles and going green. After graduating university, I would like to work at Evergo because it sparks my interest, and I think a greener society is better for all of us.
I think Anthony and Kalisha are excellent fits for this internship program. They are both brilliant students, and they're very eager to learn, very eager to share as well what they have learned. I get a lot of ideas from them as well in terms of how the electric mobility space can advance in the upcoming years. So all in all, it was an excellent experience working with all 4 interns, and I look forward to having a similar program next year.
My name is Joshua Burrell, and I'm a 4th-year electrical and electronic engineering student at Northern Caribbean University. And I am also an eDrive summer intern. So basically, I was placed at Tropical Mobility, which is a subsidiary of Tropical Battery. My tasks for weeks 1 to 4 were to write a business plan for the wall box chargers, write another business plan for the electric bikes. Well, not write, but edit another business plan for the electric bikes. I was also given the task of identifying a good helmet brand for that the company could sell with along with the electrical bikes. And definitely I learned a lot about, being that this was my first time knowing about wall box chargers. So basically wall box chargers are electric vehicle chargers that you can install privately at your house or anywhere in a private space that you can use to charge a vehicle. So basically you wouldn't have to go to a charging station. My experience in terms of the work setting, I would say that because this is basically my first internship, like serious internship. So basically I would say that in terms of working here, in terms of the workspace and the co-workers, etc., that is wonderful. I enjoy working here. It was a great experience, especially because of the fact that I definitely learned how to be a part of a team, because we have daily team meetings in the mornings, so you have to report something. So there's no way for you to go through an entire day without doing anything. Like, they keep you on track by having daily meetings in the mornings.
My name is Amari Clark and I'm a 2023 Project eDrive intern. I'm also a third-year electrical power engineering student at the University of the West Indies, Mona campus. And I have been selected to intern at Tropical Renewable Energy, which is a subsidiary of Tropical Battery. So for the past 3 weeks, well, this week would have made it the 4th week, I've been interning at Tropical Renewable Energy, where I perform tasks such as creating sales leads for the company. So like we help to scout out potential clients for the company that would be interested in investing in the company's solar propositions and their solar energy systems. I have grown a lot, really. Just being here, being able to work with each of the persons at the facility and also with the other interns. To be honest, I wasn't sure what they would be like, but I just came with an attitude to try to get along with the interns, try to get us all together to work together. And in that process, we help to identify each other's strengths or weaknesses. And personally, they help me to get around my weaknesses as well. As I realized, personally, I'm like an introvert-ish. I don't really like to work on others, but being at this company, I help to get out of my space, get out of my comfort zone, and that helped to grow a lot. So I'm able to communicate more with the interns, other persons at the facility, and those other persons, they actually help to give my experience, make it more wholesome. And I have to give thanks to Mr. Hill and our supervisor, Leonardo. They've been extremely well, helped to guide us through the process, and I'm really thankful to both of them. It's a really great company because they help to, as for the company that I'm interning with, they help to push the sustainability efforts. They help to push it more and help to drive the country forward in that direction. And I believe that's actually a really great initiative for the country to take and for other companies to model that idea and to take it and push forward with it.
Hi everyone, my name is Keza Bennett. I am a participant of the 2023 eDrive Internship program, and I was placed at Tropical Mobility, a subsidiary of Tropical Battery. My experience so far has been good. I've been able to deepen my understanding of electric vehicles and also sustainable transportation. I've also been able to improve my communication skills and also my teamwork skills. The work environment here is very relaxed. Everyone is very welcoming. I'm also able to teach you to learn more about the whole EV environment. I think it's very great to be a part of Project eDrive. I would encourage any student to look into the program, follow their social media as well. I think that Project eDrive has allowed me to have a better understanding of electric vehicle ecosystem in Jamaica. Made me aware of different avenues in which electric vehicles are available. I mean, I didn't even know that electric bikes existed until I went on eDrive social media and I saw you guys promoting it. And I also realized that there's also an interest in it from people outside, because I see a lot of people asking about electric vehicles, how they can access one, what's the cost, stuff like that. So I think any student who's not really sure about what they want to do, I think the eDrive internships are a perfect way for them to kind of explore that avenue, what's available. And I also think that it is important because I said before that electric vehicles are the future, so it can't escape it, so I might as well join the program.
My name is Nicholas Williams, and I'm a third-year engineering student at the University of Technology, Jamaica. I am also a 2023 JPS eDrive intern. I am currently stationed at Tropical Battery, specifically their subsidiary, Tropical Renewable Energy. So far, the experience has been positive. It's been a great learning experience. I've heard about the internship program through my university, specifically a WhatsApp group, Jamaica Institute of Engineers, UTech chapter, and I'll wholeheartedly recommend working here. Since it's a startup, you learn a lot of things, and I believe it's one of the best places for young engineers. I can say I wasn't a business student. I never liked business. I'm a practical guy. I'm an engineer. Upon working here, I've done net billing, business proposal, and I've got to say I'm really enjoying it. I didn't even know about the company. It was totally new to me. But since it was JPS, I chose JPS. I mean, this was my dream place to work. And, I just came with an open mind. And, so far, I've been enjoying myself.
Hello, my name is Paul Junior Black. I am an intern for the eDrive internship program. I'm currently working at Tropical Renewable Energy, a subsidiary of Tropical Battery. The experience has been interesting. It was not what I expected. When I first came here, I thought we'd be doing more of the outside and more solar panel installation maybe. But since I've come here, I've gotten to work on marketing skills and communication skills, which is unexpected for my field, but would be welcome and needed for further work in the business world. I think Project eDrive is a good project. I have kind of been interested in the whole electric vehicle and electrification of transport for a while now. I think that with something like this, we can definitely reduce the carbon emissions and we can start moving towards a sustainable environment, as well as limiting how much we spend on what we import as it comes to oil and such. When it comes to the Project eDrive internship, I'm extremely happy to be here. There's not really a lot of job opportunities, so this came to me through a friend. A friend recommended it to me, and I decided to apply because why not? And I was surprised that I got in, but I'm really happy I got in. The way I've grown being a part of this internship, especially as it comes to the communication, me myself, I'm more of a introvert, stay to myself type person, but we've been making a lot of calls and speaking to a lot of people. We've been marketing the business, and as such, I've had to come out of my comfort zone and have conversations with people. So this internship has given me a space to open up and grow and connect with people that I did not expect I would have before.
My name is Jodian Walker. I am heading into my second year at Northern Caribbean University. I am a 2023 eDrive intern. I have been placed at Tropical Mobility. It has been a good experience. I have learned various marketing skills. I have learned how to conduct market research and how to make a business plan. It's been great. I've become a little bit better at communicating because there are 6 of us in all. 3 from Tropical Mobility, 3 from Tropical Renewable. So I have learned to communicate better with people in groups. I would work here in the future. The employees have been warm, yes, and welcoming, so yes, I would work here in the future. I think Tropical Mobility is doing a good because electric vehicles are more safer to the environment than petroleum vehicles.
Well, I want to, first of all, thank JPS Foundation and Project eDrive for the support we've received from the program itself and the interns that we've been assigned this summer. We've basically had two groups of interns, one working with tropical renewable energy and the other with tropical mobility. These are both subsidiaries of Tropical Battery, one dedicated to electric mobility, electric vehicles, and electric vehicle supply equipment, the other dedicated to renewable energy. These are early stage businesses, especially the mobility business. The renewable energy business is much more mature, and so it's been great to have some young blood working on the development of these businesses. One activity that all the interns have been working on is identifying potential customers for our renewable energy business. We've basically taken a methodical approach to looking at different areas of Jamaica where there's a lot of commercial and industrial activity that can benefit from lower electricity costs. And so they've essentially been exposed to the project development cycle from the point of identifying potential customers to creating those customer profiles in CRM and reaching out to those customers. And we've had some great successes where we've actually gotten meetings with high-profile customers that are interested in exploring our renewable energy solutions. On the electric mobility side, we've had a lot of help from the interns developing business cases and business plans for new product lines. We have landed some electric motorbikes and we are landing others soon. So we've basically been looking at the potential for electrification of the transport sector from micro mobility like kick scooters to motorbikes to ATVs, passenger vehicles, and even buses. One of our interns has been working on a website for tropical mobility, basically doing the layouts, and so that's a project that they've contributed to greatly. Another intern has been putting together all the products in our renewable energy portfolio to prepare them for uploading to our new tropical energy website, which will be launched imminently. So they've been very helpful and instrumental in this stage of the business, and I think they've gotten a chance to experience what it's like to work in a growing business in an emerging industry. So it was great to have interns working on both complementary, synergistic businesses that we are growing here at Tropical Battery. And it's been a great experience for me personally and for our team, and I hope they have also benefited from it. And I'm very grateful to Project eDrive for this opportunity.
My name is Alwin Bisesa. I am a finalizing student from UWI, studying biomedical engineering. I applied and was fortunate to be one of the lucky interns on the JPS eDrive program. Even more fortunately, I was actually placed to work with JPS amongst the other companies who are in partnership with JPS. And to be very honest with you, it's been a very thrilling experience, to be honest. There's been a plethora of information disseminated throughout the different departments I've been placed in, and everyone has been very welcoming, and the experience itself is not as though I would be in school. Well, what I'm learning is not like it's not the same method of learning like in school. It's more like, this is the real world, this is how things are actually going to go, and we're just having a conversation, which I can definitely appreciate more than anything else. I'd definitely love a chance to come back here, to be here on a longer internship if possible, because there's so much to learn and so much I have been learning in such a short space of time. that I know that over a longer period of time, it would have been very beneficial to me. So over the last 5 weeks of this wonderful internship, I've had the chance to work with the T&D department, grid interconnection. We even got a chance to visit metering and high voltage lab. I'm currently placed at Tottenham, if I'm pronouncing the name correctly. So we're there by Spanish Town now. So we've been to a couple departments so far. The roughest part of all of this is one, I'm not from town, so the transportation part of it was new to me. It took time to kind of adjust, but over time, because it was definitely a new experience. Me leaving from Mona, taking bus or a taxi from there, so to halfway tree, then halfway tree, Spanish Town bus, and but it's all a part of the learning experience, and I'm grateful for it. But one of the most thrilling things about the internship itself is just the people. It's like you're being surrounded by such brilliant, wonderful minds who they're not judgmental of what you don't know. And it's great to be in that kind of environment, to just freely be able to kind of ask questions and not be judged, and for them to say, okay, look, this is how this is actually done. And it's been, as I said, a great experience. We've gone on many site visits. We've done commissioning of solar panels. We've evaluated poles, passed some of them. We've even been to some of the outages that JPS would have had, and seen how we've seen the political side of things as well as the practical side of things, to say, okay, this is how the linesman would work. This is how we actually hire these people. This is how we would organize this team. And as I said, you actually see how everything is connected. And no, that's not me trying to be funny, but yes, everything is connected in JPS, and we got a chance to actually see how everything works, and I'm just thrilled for the overall experience that I've experienced so far.
Hello guys, my name is Roxanne Daly, and I'm currently pursuing my degree in electronics engineering at the University of the West Indies, Mona. And I just completed my 5 weeks as an eDrive intern. So my reasons for applying for the JPS eDrive intern was to actually develop my personal and professional skills. Also getting first-hand experience on the whole eDrive ecosystem, the whole eDrive development in Jamaica. So at first I never saw how telecommunications would impact the EVs coming in, but I got a different perspective when I started working there, when I realized that telecom actually provides the eyes of the grid, whereas anything happening on the grid, telecom has that information, telecom can provide that information. My experience, so I'm a more introverted person. I like to keep it to myself. I like to be very organized as well. And this internship wasn't one that was, I would say, very organized or very objective based. I would just have to come there one morning, and whoever I'm working with, I'd have to improvise. So that was really me developing personally, putting myself out there, asking for tasks, just following around persons in the office and getting knowledge. And it was a great experience. And I would definitely work at JPS. I see myself at JPS, and I'm looking forward to my experiences. Thank you.
Hello, my name is William Thomas. I attend the University of Technology. I'm currently in my 4th year, but I'm finished. I'm just trying to complete my industrial work experience, and my field of study is mechanical engineering. So when I applied to JPS, the main goal was 2 things: to finish my industrial work experience, and also to get work experience to understand how certain things work in the field. At first I applied to other companies before JPS, and I said, you know what, I wasn't getting any reply. So I said, let's try JPS, and thankfully JPS replied, and now I'm here. I actually enjoy the eDrive program. I was stationed at Washington Boulevard, and there I believe the manager, the main man there, Mr. Hugh Hamilton, he introduced me into the team, and I began working on some of the projects. Some of these projects included repairing faulty access points and relays, and these are things that are used in the AMI structure, which is the automated metering infrastructure. So at first we were basically configuring them, looking at them through software, and then we actually did hands-on repairs on them. And then they also allowed me to configure some of the reclosers, also known as the trip savers. So I was there fault testing them, setting different types of current ratings for them, and that was also pretty fun as well. Then they introduced us into the fun project, where we were actually building communication boxes. And me personally, I was responsible for grounding the boxes and also installing brackets onto them. I also assisted with wiring, but that was only for a few of the boxes. So far, in my personal opinion, the program has been really good, right, and I've really enjoyed it. For the fun project, the most challenging thing for me was actually doing some of the work there, because they used to call it bun finger work, where I used to have to be putting on rubber gaskets onto screws. And it was very painful. I used to tear up my fingers and all of that. And that's why they recommend using the safety gloves. So after I was tearing up my fingers, I was like, you know what, let's consider the safety. I put on the safety gloves. And then a lot of the tools, I wasn't really too familiar with them as well, but you know, after a while I got used to them and I was actually able to use them a lot better. But there hasn't really been much challenges, if I'm going to be completely honest. I just show up to work, I try my best to get the work done, and then I go home. But other than that, there hasn't really been any challenges with the program. The people of the program, they treat me well, they treat us nicely, they talk to us with respect, and I also communicate back to them with respect as well. So there hasn't been any issues. It's really been mostly smooth sailing so far. I didn't know about the eDrive program, so what happened was I have a school group, and in the school group they were saying that the JPS was looking for personnel to join the eDrive program. So when I saw that, I said, all right, I'm going to send my resume, and I did that, and I got invited into the program. Well, I remember the road trips mostly, because we went to different parishes in order to look at some things. So we went to St. Anne, which was a good experience, and we went to drop off some trip savers, and then after that was completed, we went to the Roaring River, where we actually got to observe the hydroelectric plant. I have never seen one before, so for me to actually see that was actually amazing for me. And I also saw the substation that was right beside it. And we also went to Palisados, and I watched some of the crew install reclosers, and actually seeing them install it physically definitely was an experience, because you know, you don't really consider these things when you're at home. You just say, oh, okay, you're just going to install it. We don't know how them install it. We just assume everything is going to be okay, and we have no idea how these things are done. So when I actually saw them making all the connections and how they use this little stick, I'm not sure the correct name for it, but they use a little stick and actually complete the connection, that was excellent. So that was some of the high points, really traveling and working with the team and seeing what they do. Also on the very first week, I also went with one of the contractors, and they were working with this type of meter called, I believe, YPP. And I didn't even know that they had these type of meters. They're cluster type meters where they're mainly housed in a box, and there's several meters in that box supplying like communities. So just seeing these things for myself, because normally you just see these things on paper, you don't actually have any physical conceptualization of it. So actually seeing these things, for me, that's certainly one of the high points.
Hi, my name is Danny Treasure. I attend the Caribbean Maritime University, where I'm currently pursuing my bachelor's degree in marine engineering. So I applied to JPS for internship, and I was placed on the eDrive internship program. In the transmission and distribution department, I worked closely with the engineers to do designing. So most of the time I was on the road doing site visits and drawings, ensuring that what is submitted is okay and can be approved so that the job can be completed. In the grid department, I did solar commissioning. So we visited different residencies and other organizations to do commissioning. So what the construction team does, they are the ones in the field doing the work. Line extensions, modifications, upgrades, all of those things. And also they are the ones that will erect the infrastructure for the EVs. And there are 2 EV projects that I know about, one in Mandeville and one in St. Anne. So we can look out for those new charging stations. The most rewarding part of this experience, I would say, is getting to go out in the field and all the practical experience. As an engineering student, that is one of the most important things. Getting to translate what you learn in the classroom into actual real-life experiences. So that has been one of the biggest things for me, and I'm really excited to go back to school and, make the connections that I have had in the field to what I'm doing in the classroom. So when I was contacted by the project manager to say that I will be working on the eDrive internship program, and there's a possibility that I may be placed somewhere other than JPS, I wasn't really concerned, to be honest. I was more looking forward to what the program would be about, learning more about it. My biggest lesson on this internship program has been anything that can go wrong will go wrong. And saying that to say, it has taught me to be more proactive, putting contingency in place. In a line of work like transmission and distribution engineering, for example, a lot of things do go wrong in the field all the time.
Hello, my name is Daniel Palmo, and I am I'm going into my final year at the UWI Mona. I'm studying electronics engineering, and I've gotten the opportunity of being selected for this internship, more specifically the eDrive internship, right? So what I've been up to so far? So I've basically been learning a lot about electric mobility, different charging stations, and how the different infrastructures are important in the development of the ecosystem of electric vehicles. During my time at JPS, first of all, I'm an engineering student. This year my task was to get meaningful internship, and JPS did indeed provide that, especially in a department that I'm very interested in. More specifically as it relates to the whole electric vehicle market, and how how JPS is playing the part in developing this market. So as it relates to what I had expected coming into this job was really just to learn about the EVs, learn about the different charging stations, and so far I have received everything that I have wanted to receive from this program. My interest in electric vehicles actually started from a while back. I used to watch YouTube content. The first time I got exposure to an electric vehicle was like when Tesla was buzzing and everybody talking about Tesla. So when I heard that JPS, like years back now, I heard that they were bringing like the charging stations in Jamaica. I was like, oh yes, that means Jamaica soon become totally electric, and you soon see Teslas driving on the road. But after I heard about it initially, I didn't really hear much about it since. But when I got that, how I knew that this opportunity was a thing was, first my teacher gave me told us about it and said we should apply. I applied, and I got a call and I got excited, but I didn't know what eDrive was about. But since being at the company, I have learned and I've appreciated what eDrive is aimed at doing, and I can definitely say that they're in the right direction in trying to transform, especially the mindset of persons. So okay, e-mobility is the way to go. And with introducing e-mobility, also introducing renewables to incorporate in the e-mobility scene.
Hi, my name is Niall Anderson, and I pursued a degree in electronics engineering at the UWI. I'll be graduating this year gladly. And how did I first get introduced to eDrive? Well, I was lucky to be a part of their innovation challenge, and then eventually I found out that they had an internship program coming. I already had become a de facto ambassador of the program because of how much I loved what they were doing. And so to actually get directly involved in an internship, and furthermore, to even get involved at JPS, which was one of my primary companies I'd love to have worked when I finished school. So at JPS, we didn't necessarily do a lot on like, all right, let's explore the infrastructure of a charging station or electric vehicles directly. We did have sessions on that. However, what we did more of was like exploring the infrastructure behind what it creates or what it takes to create a charging station, as well as integrating other renewables into the grid. And I think it was a beautiful experience. I think the only thing that I would say I wasn't so fond of was the fact that not everybody per se is yet on the electric vehicle wave. Even I guess in the company to some extent, they have their qualms still. And I really think though that it's still a great opportunity to really convince them and probably address some issues that are real issues that exist a bit deeper than we would have normally addressed them. So I think that eDrive, the eDrive project, is really doing their part in building the sustainable electric mobility ecosystem. At engineering services, what we would have done would have actually investigated or learned more about transmission distribution systems in terms of, all right, so you know electricity works like this. You have to generate electricity, then you have to get it to the end user, which in our case is our electric charging stations. So we learned a lot about like what it actually takes to get it from there to the charging station, what's required in terms of how the consumer or customer needs to modify their appliances or property, or just how their infrastructure has to be shifted or changed in order to facilitate that. Another interesting experience that we did, because this is a part of it, this is a part of building the ecosystem, is that we actually went to commission solar systems at homes. So basically that's just us making sure that, all right, you have your solar system at home. We're making sure that it is safe for the grid in terms of it doesn't feedback when it's not supposed to, it feedback when it does, and so on and so on. But in essence though, we really got to see a lot about what it takes in terms of our infrastructure in our electrical systems, what it really takes to really build that ecosystem that eDrive is going for. I would say one of the hardest things that I had to do was definitely the hills that we had to climb when we had to go into like some deep rural and hilly areas in order to assess the infrastructure that they had existing, so that we could also extend lines to them. And how is this directly correlated to what we do or what Project eDrive is doing? Essentially, Project eDrive preaches about access as well. And of course, if we're going to bring the electric vehicle revolution or electric mobility revolution to Jamaica, of course, those people up in those hill areas have to have access to those services as well. So I think that was an interesting experience. It was definitely an interesting perspective to have as well.
Hello, I'm Khalil Lewis, a fourth-year student of UTech and a part of the eDrive internship. I'm very humbled and appreciative of this opportunity. During my 6 weeks at Solar Buzz Jamaica, I've learned a lot of things. I've got the opportunity to put into play a lot of the practices that I've done in my lab classes. For example, using a multimeter to take voltage readings. I've done that with taking readings of batteries for the solar panel setups. I've also got to put into play many Ohm's law. I've also got the opportunity to use many of the formulas that I've been taught in class in real-time applications. Thanks to the engineers and electricians, I also got the opportunity to be on jobs such as EV charger installations and solar panel installations for as much as 70 panels we did for our warehouse at one point. I learned about eDrive internship through word of mouth and I applied. I am very grateful that they got back to me and were able to place me at Solar Buzz. I did not know much about the company beforehand, apart from the reading I did when I was placed. And now that I am coming to the end of these 6 weeks, I realize that I wouldn't have gotten this experience anywhere else. Thanks to Solar Buzz and eDrive, I've had a unique learning experience that I would not have gotten anywhere else.
Hi, Jason Robinson here from Solar Buzz. I'm the CEO. And when we were first approached by the eDrive program, we're very excited at the opportunity to take on an intern. We have seen the progression the eDrive program has made in recent times. We've been following it, so we were very familiar with what they have been doing and the progress they have made. So to be a part of it in this progression was something that was really a no-brainer for us. We were anxious to take on an intern. So when we were assigned Khalil, he had a background that fit perfectly with Solar Buzz. We brought him in, and he really got to start being involved right away. He was able to start taking inventory. He got to install electric vehicle chargers. He was on site for solar system installations, grid tie, and battery systems. And he got to do inventorying at the office. So he got to see the full range of what we do, mainly on a daily basis. He was also involved in procurement of equipment. So I think it's very important for students and recent graduates to get real-world experience, and we were happy to be able to give them that type of experience to help progress his knowledge and the industry as a whole, because we need educated and experienced workers in the field for us to progress as an industry on a whole. So it's definitely a program that we would like to be a part of again. We saw benefits. I think it was a win-win for Solar Buzz, Khalil, and the eDrive program. We were very appreciative to be asked to host an intern, and we look forward to being a part of it again in the future. So thank you very much, and we hope Khalil got some great experience and that will benefit him in his pursuits of working in the renewable energy industry in the future.
Hello everybody, my name is Renar Honegan, a second-year biomedical engineering student at UWI Mona, and I'm an eDrive intern placed at Radiant Energy. And how I heard about this internship was through social media, Instagram to be specific, and then now I was kind of iffy about it, and then now I joined the Vox Pop with JPS, and now that sealed the deal, and now I'm here in this internship. The experience has been very good. My very first day, not knowing anything about solar, I was tasked to power the office at Radiant Energy with 20 panels, and I had to make a design really and truly. A lot of research went into it, but we had our supervisor Sheldon who correct some stuff, verify some stuff, and we both made a material list to give Sean, and that now he bought the panels and we installed our solar panels at the office. One of my favorite experiences so far, one of my biggest projects too, 36 panels, was done at Devon Close, where we helped a customer to cut down his bill from almost 300,000 to 40,000 now, with a massive system ranging with almost 220 kilowatts, so for power in his house. And saying all of this, that I didn't know anything about Radiant Energy, and now that I'm working at Radiant Energy, in the future after I finish school, I'll surely be sending them a resume
Thank you.
Sheldon Carwin, supervisor for Radiant Energy. Internship for Radiant is not something that we really used to. It's something new. It's a new approach, and I don't find anything wrong with it, because I think that most students from a tertiary institution, they need some form of practical experience, if even in the field that they're going into. Rainer and Dane on the job, it wasn't too bad, but I found that Rainer have a more practical approach to his job. He's more hands-on. He's willing to learn something new every day. All right, for me, yes, I'd love Radiant Energy to continue doing this, because it helps the younger generation to basically have some hands-on experience and have a practical approach to their job. And for me to participate in that, I feel great.